Flying is routine, until it isn't. In this video, you'll see real aviation accidents caught on camera, including the final seconds before impact. Every clip is a reminder of how fast a normal flight can turn into a plane crash and how little time people have to react. We're not here to glorify tragedy. We're here to understand what happened, learn from it, and respect those affected. Viewer discretion is advised. Keep watching, because each moment tells a story. On January 29, 2025, a PSA Airlines Bombardier CRJ-700, operating as American Eagle Flight 5342, collided midair with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter while on approach to runway 33 near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, and both aircraft crashed into the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The cause of the crash was the in-flight midair collision, and the NTSB investigation is ongoing to determine what led to the conflict. On May 22, 2020, a Pakistan International Airlines Airbus A320 crashed into a residential area near Jinnah International Airport in Karachi, Pakistan, during the final approach to landing. The aircraft landed with its landing gear down on runway 25L, damaging both engines. During the subsequent go-around, it lost engine power and crashed short of the runway.
मेरा बंदा आगे हट जाओ किधर जरा आपके पास आगे नहीं जाओ
On February 23, 2019, Atlas Air Flight 3591, a Boeing 767-300 freighter, crashed into Trinity Bay near Anahuac, Texas, while on approach to Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport. The NTSB concluded the crew lost control after an inadvertent activation of the go-around mode. The first officer became spatially disoriented and made nose-down inputs, and the captain did not intervene in time. On June 21, 2016, a busy B Congo Dornier 228-202 returned to Goma Airport in the Democratic Republic of the Congo after its left main landing gear failed to extend on approach to Butembo. The aircraft made a forced landing on foamed runway 35, veered off the left side, and came to rest across a ditch. There were no fatalities and the aircraft was written off. On March 19, 2016, flydubai Flight 981, a Boeing 737-800, crashed at Rostov-on-Don Airport in Russia during a second go-around after holding for about 2 hours in bad weather. The official investigation found the crew lost the captain's situational awareness in clouds at night, flew an incorrect go-around setup, standard gear flap retraction but with maximum wind shear escape thrust, and a prolonged nose-down stabilizer trim contributed to loss of control and impact with the ground.
Ground, Airport 12. Airport 12, ground. Yes, sir, Airport 12, like to keep going runway 523. Airport 12, runway 523.
On May 5, 2017, air cargo carriers Flight 1260, a Shorts SD-330 cargo aircraft, crashed while attempting to land on runway 5 at Charleston Yeager International Airport in Charleston, West Virginia, killing both pilots. Investigators concluded the crew's decision to fly a circling approach against company procedures, combined with excessive descent rate and aggressive maneuvering, led to an uncontrolled runway ground contact, including a left wing strike and loss of control.
Debris on the runway right now. Charleston ground, T2. T2, Charleston ground. Charleston ground, T2 at Alpha 2. 22 fatigued on runway 5, canceling to action routine. Is Alpha 2 going on runway? 22 affirmative. If you runway 523, the action routine is down here about Jason Alpha 2. Charles runway 44. One's on the ramp, let's cross 23 at Alpha 2. I mean, correction, Alpha 3. Charlie ground, please, 5 minutes, Charlie 2. Alright, sir, appreciate it. Cancellation of Alpha 3. Have a good day, we'll see you. 5 minutes, Charlie 2, permission to put to exit. 45 question, speed as requested. Charlie ground, put 4 like to cross to the current site. Airport 4, Charleston A 523 still requested. 44, roger. Metro T2. T2, Charleston. Charleston ground is T2. Yeah, have you did our alert level? T2, I'm not understanding what you're asking. Okay, disregard. 34, Charleston ground. 34, still on currently runway 5 D3. 45 D3. Oscar on Airport 3. Airport 3, Charleston ground. Airport 3 is on the main ramp, like to be on 523. And Airport 3, proceed as Charleston A 523. Airport 3, roger. Charleston ground, T2. T2, Charleston ground.
On July 6, 2008, USA Jet Airlines Flight 199, a McDonnell Douglas DC-915F, crashed about 0.8 kilometers north of Saltillo Plan de Guadalupe International Airport near Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico during the approach. The Mexican investigation concluded the crew continued an unstable final approach without the runway in sight, leading to loss of control at low altitude and impact. On September 17, 2024, a Cape Air Cessna 402C made an emergency landing at Boston Logan International Airport in Boston, Massachusetts, after turning back shortly after takeoff. The incident was triggered by a landing gear anomaly, and the aircraft touched down with only one landing wheel extended. All 3 people on board were not injured. On October 5, 2024, Frontier Airlines Flight 1326, an Airbus A321, had smoke and flames from the main landing gear after touchdown on runway 26L at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. The incident was caused by a brake fire during the landing roll, and there were no injuries. On June 14, 2024, a vintage 1931 Waco biplane overturned during landing at Ponta Grossa Airport in Paraná, Brazil, while arriving for an airshow event. Airport officials said a sudden wind gust caused the loss of control on landing, and the pilot was not injured. On March 19, 2023, a Colombian Army Bell UH-1N helicopter crashed in a wooded area along the Atrato River near Quibdó, Choco Department, Colombia, while flying a supply mission. The helicopter lost control for reasons that have not yet been officially determined, and all 4 crew members were killed. On May 12, 2022, Tibet Airlines Flight TV9833, an Airbus A319, aborted takeoff at Chongqing Jiangbei International Airport in Chongqing, China, veered off the runway and caught fire. The event was triggered by an abnormality during the takeoff roll that led to a rejected takeoff and runway excursion. All 122 people evacuated, and 36 sustained minor injuries during evacuation. On August 25, 2024, an ultralight aircraft crashed into a soybean field in Campolongo Maggiore near Venice, Italy, killing the pilot, Nicola Basso, and seriously injuring his passenger. Early reports pointed to a probable engine failure, and authorities opened an investigation into the crash.
Hey.
On June 16, 2025, a twin-engine Beechcraft King Air crashed onto the roof of a hangar at New Century Air Center in Gardner, Kansas. Authorities said a mechanical malfunction left the left engine inoperable during the approach. The pilot lost control, and both people on board were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. On November 11, 2023, an experimental Lancer 4P overran runway 17 at Aero Country Airport in McKinney, Texas, broke through the perimeter fence, and struck a car on a nearby road. The car occupant had minor injuries, and the two people in the airplane were not injured. The NTSB said the accident was caused by the pilot's failure to reach the proper touchdown point, which led to a runway excursion and the collision with the vehicle.
Look, straight through the fence. It was her, somebody. Oh, they hit a car.
On July 29, 2023, a small single-engine Piper PA-18 towing an advertising banner made an emergency water landing just offshore of Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. The pilot was rescued by lifeguards and was not injured, and the FAA and NTSB investigated to determine the cause of the incident.
Dude, I got this on video. What the fuck?
The whole ass plane just crashed into the ocean. Nuts.
On September 4, 2021, a Boeing Stearman biplane performing a wing-walking display at the Bournemouth Air Festival ditched into the sea off sandbanks at the entrance to Poole Harbour, Dorset, United Kingdom. Investigators found the engine lost power because a fatigue failure in the oil inlet pipe and its support strap stopped oil from reaching the engine. The pilot and wing walker were rescued with only minor injuries.
Down the runway now.
On March 30, 2022, a Cessna 180 crashed into trees during takeoff at Lampasas Airport in Lampasas, Texas. Investigators found the pilot attempted a taxiway takeoff to better align with strong crosswinds, but the aircraft could not clear the trees in the departure path. No mechanical problems were reported, and the pilot was not injured.